Chapter 41, Psychological Warfare a la 1984. What's my biggest fear? Going back there. They said solitary confinement was for safety. We knew it was designed to make us disappear. Tree of Wampus. Solitary confinement doesn't kill you with violence, it kills you with absence. No sound, no time, no touch, no name. I was in that cell for 48 hours. No food, no clock, no charges, no trial. Just me, four cement walls, a sink, and the kind of silence that knows your secrets. They never said why I was there. They never said when I'd get out. They didn't even call it solitary. They called it watch. But I wasn't being watched. I was being erased. I have two IV scars, one by my left big toe, one in my right arm. Apparently, if they have trouble with the arm, they go to the feet. They're both still there now, both hideous and angry. I hate them and I try to cover them up as much as possible. Are they from the hospital or the jail? Who knows? Because I don't remember an IV ever. Still unexplained, still proof. No memory of the needle, no consent, no permission, just a puncture, a timeline that went blank, and a body that remembered anyway. I talked to the wall like it was God and the universe and Adeline herself, wrote apologies with my fingertips, made amends with ghosts, whispered to ancestors, wrote novels in my head, scrolls inside scrolls, laughed at the absurdity, cried from the ache. I imagined Zelda standing outside the door. I imagined wolves curled up beneath the floor. I imagined women, millions of them, reaching out from every decade, whispering, "Keep going." My feet were cut, infected. The cuffs had dug in so deep I could still feel them weeks later. I soaked them in the toilet, walked in circles like a dying lioness, refusing to lay down. They never gave me shoes, or soap, or a mattress. Just one thin blanket that smelled like someone else's despair. I saw things I won't put on the page, not because I'm ashamed, because I survived them, and sometimes survival is sacred. But this part, I will say, at one point, I felt like the devil's great great grandfather tried to ghost fuck me. Not metaphorically, not spiritually, energetically. And even in that moment, I said, "Not today, motherfucker, because you don't get to take my body after the state already tried, because I am not yours, because even in a cage, I am still a daughter of fire." Of course, I had a dark night of the soul, saw faces I haven't seen or thought about in years. Who wouldn't in a place that felt like a graveyard for ghosts who made a deal with the devil, Severance style? But in this Severance, you're part of the lost army and become the strong arm of an authoritarian government who conquers the whole world because no one can kill dead people. I saw ranks of them, paper souls in state issued gray, marching in silence. I told my truth to that wall, every ugly, holy, hard part of it. I confessed my deepest sins. I bargained with the void. I promised to make the world better if I ever got out. Spoke to everyone I'd ever wounded, dead and alive. One of the guards even looked exactly like my father. For a second, I thought the universe was playing some twisted joke. or maybe offering him a tiny redemption. He didn't say anything, just met my eyes, and somehow things started to move. There was even a weird floating twin brother version of TG outside my window, staring me down until I purged every ugly part of me, burning alive and freezing at the same time. I wasn't asking for mercy. I was writing a cosmic contract. Cosmic clarity. Solitary confinement is a war crime disguised as procedure. Ooh. More than 120,000 people in the U.S. are held in solitary every year, most without conviction, many for observation, many for nonviolent offenses, many for being women. Solitary causes permanent damage after just a few days. Auditory hallucinations, memory loss, paranoia, self harm, cardiovascular stress, PTSD, disassociation, soul fracture. In women, it compounds prior trauma, especially if you went through a still unexplained involuntary cycle just 7 months before. It's not neutral, it's not administrative, it's psychological warfare. And in 45 states, there are no time limits. This is not a glitch in the system, it is the system. This is not discipline. This is design disassociation, erasure by design. There was a window high on the wall. If I stood on the bench, I could see one strip of sky. I stared at it like it owed me something: freedom, fire, a flicker of fucking justice. But it just blinked back at me. And then I remembered. The machine only wins if you forget who you are. So I wrote phrases on the wall with my fingertips again and again. You are the woman they couldn't disappear. You are the scroll they didn't shred. You are the storm inside the stone cell. They didn't feed me, didn't medicate me, didn't interrogate me. They just left me, as if the silence would do the job for them. And maybe it almost did. But I kept breathing, kept seeing, kept writing, kept believing. They thought solitary would break me, but I became a scribe in the silence, a prophet in the padded room, a phoenix with no match but memory. And when the door finally opened, I was already mapping the rematriation rebellion.